Real quick, real quick, I can't speak. Welcome to the show. I am the Star Wars Daddy. I'm bringing you another episode, obviously. And today's episode is my Princess Leia collection. Everything that's in my collection that's Princess Leia. We've got every single figure that came out by Kenner and different versions of every single figure. We've got some miscellaneous Princess Leia stuff. We've got this awesome shirt of Princess Leia. On the back is her with R2-D2. I think it's on my thumbnail. I put a whole bunch of pictures there on the thumbnail of Princess Leia and myself in all of my excitement. But we're going to have Ledy's mint on cards. We've got a Palitoy, a Glasslite figure, all kinds of stuff. So we'll hit all the gamuts of all the things that you know that I have in my collection with almost every single figure. I'm gonna try to put in a bunch of little video clips and whatever else so we can see all the little aspects of Princess Leia from the movies. And hopefully this video will come out and it will be awesome. Real quick, right here, you're seeing a thumbnail. I'm trying to stay out of the way. I typically, when I put these thumbnails up, I put my face behind them. But here's a thumbnail. This is the Skeleton Crew reaction video to the trailer. And we introduce the wife of a Star Wars daddy. Interview her. We do a rapid fire 20 question situation. It's fun. I put in all kinds of clips and whatever else. And so if you want to meet my wife and see how I feel about this Skeleton Crew trailer and what we are to expect from Disney, this is the video to watch. And I will say, here's another little picture. Oh, geez. This is spicy. Well, this is my wife. And on Facebook AI said, hey, based on all of your recent activity, this is the next profile picture you should have. And it looks like she's just in her panties. Well, she's not. She's on a cruise ship. Those are bikini bottoms and a tank top she's wearing, but nobody knew. And so it created quite the buzz the other day. And so if you'd like to meet more of her, again, watch that Skeleton Crew video and you get to meet all of her. But I want to put that disclaimer out there that these are bikini bottoms and she's in space, but really she was on a cruise ship. It's Facebook AI going nuts. And then right here is another thumbnail of a collection unboxing. This is a collection I purchased, brought it home, we cleaned it, we went through to make sure there were no reproductions. We took a look at the quality of the items. There were a bunch that probably should have been sent off to be graded, but I wanted to do an experiment. I wanted to only sell the items in this collection to show that there's still profits that can be made from purchasing stuff and reselling it if you do the right activities. And then in my eBay listing videos, number 49, this is where all those items were sold. I only sold items this week from that collection. And I think I ended up with $660 in profit overall with, it was like 7 hours worth of work. Came out to like $95 an hour. It's doing pretty well. So please check out those videos. I would really appreciate it. And before we get too much further, please, if you do me a favor, we're up to like 655 subscribers. I think it's popping up right here. It's unbelievable. I'm a YouTube partner now, which means I can accept super chats, super stickers, super everything. And I'm going to be setting up a membership service where you can actually pay. Ooh, nobody wants to do that, but I promise you, if you pay for the memberships that are coming up, and there'll be a big announcement about that, you will have all kinds of perks. Perks that are worthwhile for the amount that it costs to be a member. I promise you, it's going to be awesome. And the ideas and the lists of things that we are going over right now to give benefits to all of my supporters, I promise you, you want to stick around to hear about that. But in the meantime, what you can do to help me, let's get those subscribers up. We want to get to 1,000. 1,000's where I can be monetized and actually make money on every single one of these videos for just people watching these videos. And so that's where I want to get. And if you could hit that like, subscribe if you haven't already, and hit that bell notification to be notified of all the upcoming content, which I will talk about at the outro of this video, I would really appreciate it. I've got construction going on down here in this room. We've put up all kinds of acrylic shelving, and there's just stuff everywhere. It is a madhouse down here. I'm almost to a point where I've gotten most of the stuff off the floor, up onto the walls, and we're gonna have a big collection review of my entire collection coming up here soon. But it's just a mess, and lots of sorting going on. We've got people outside cutting down giant limbs of trees that caused problems over the last winter, so we are prepping for that. So we got sounds going on out there. It is crazy here. But enough of all this madness. Let's get into Princess.
That's what she said.
Well, that doesn't sound right. Let's get into my Princess Leia collection.
Too little short for a stormtrooper.
Huh? Oh, the uniform.
I'm Luke Skywalker. I'm here to rescue you.
You're who?
I'm here to rescue you. I've got your R2 unit. I'm here with Ben Kenobi.
Ben Kenobi, where is he?
Come on.
Okay, first one up. You know I love these Muppet Star Wars mashups. I've got the whole collection. So anytime we do videos like this, I show one of these off. And here's Miss Piggy as Princess Leia. And that's about it. The other mashups I have are these Disney ones. We got we got Minnie Mouse as Princess Leia. I got 2 of these mint on card. I don't know how that happened. Almost all the ones I have for this line, they're all loose. And I think, again, I have the entire run. There was like 6 series of these that came out. Some are actually quite expensive because they were short runs. And but somehow I ended up with 2 mint on cards. So I must have just forgot that I had purchased one and purchased another one on eBay. But there they are. There's some other ones there you can see. We got Goofy, Mickey, let's see, Stitch, right? Lilo and Stitch, I think that's his name. And then we got Donald Duck over there. And I've got, again, I think there's 5 or 6 different series of these lines. We got all kinds of awesome characters. So maybe at some point I'll do a video like that. It probably won't get any views, but I might as well. Here's that slave. This is a modern figure. I put this in my Jabba collection. You can't even see it. It's above there. But she sits right there next to Jabba. And I got this one loose. That one that is the vintage collection one goes for a lot of money. And so at some point I'd like to get one of those and get that one graded. But there's all of her beauty right there. Here's another modern one. It's a Leia Bouche, which looks pretty close, honestly, to, well, let me see here. I pull her head off. I think this is the Shadows of the Empire version, which we will be going over here as a mint on card graded one here soon. And this is actually in a pile of modern items that will be up for sale. So I've got a ton of modern stuff, and I happened to see this when I was looking through the bags. I was like, okay, I'll throw this in there. But there's what the loose one looks like, and we will see what the mint on card one looks like here soon. All right, this is a Shane Davidson special. This is his favorite figure, Leia Bouche. He's from 5 Idiot Stocking Toys and Rogue5Toys.com, where he makes all these custom painted items. I believe this is the first one he sold of Leia Bouche. He typically would do whatever series he would do in the paint schemes, he kept one of Leia Bouche of every one of them, and then he made an extra one. I believe this is the first one that he actually sold, and I purchased it, and love the paint scheme on this. Looks awesome, and it sits down below, right down here, where I've got probably 30 of these Shane Davidson specials. If you're looking to purchase anything like this, he is actually selling some currently on Rogue5Toys.com. All the links will be down in the description.
Let go. Let go, please.
Don't get excited.
Captain, being held by you isn't quite enough to get me excited.
Sorry, sweetheart. I haven't got time for anything else.
Up in my collection, which is way up above, I have one of every single figure loose that sits up there, and here's your Leia poncho, and she just sits up there in the slot for the Leia poncho. And missing the blaster there because I typically, if I get those blasters, I put them with figures that I'm selling, so I can have complete figures. There's no need in my little thing up there to have a completed loose figure. I just want to have it up there so it fills the void. We got that Bespin Leia. This is actually, you're like, oh, okay, who cares about this? There's no cape, there's no gun. Well, this is the Ledy Bespin Leia. And I can't remember which one this is, Retorno or the Regresso, but this is your Ledy loose Bespin Leia. And we're going to go over another one of these that I think is the highlight of this entire video. It'll be the very last item, so make sure you stick around for that. Here is my Leia Bouche. This is your Hong Kong Leia Bouche, and a pretty nice condition. A little bit of color degradation here on 3 of those limb pieces. This one's normal, and I don't know if you knew that her rifle slides right into this. There's a little gap right here in her arm, and it can slide in there, and it stays like that. I don't know if people have ever seen that, but that's the best way to display this. It makes it super tall as far as, the length from here to here, but it's a great way because I don't think there's really another way for her to hold it. I don't think it stays in her hand here because the grip is too big. So great way to display it. So maybe you learned something from this video. All right, Princess Leia, but it does look different, doesn't it? Look at the face color. It's kind of like this pale white ghosty face, and the hands are a little bit different color. They're also kind of like a ghosted creamy yellow. Oh, then we've got all this orangish color on the back of the cape here. But let's take a look at that COO. Let's see if we can even see it. Oh, it's a no COO. What the heck is this all about? Well, this is a Glasslite from Brazil figure. This is the Princess Leia from, let's put up this little thing here, the Glasslite factory. Got this from Chris at rogue5toys.com. I actually was on that cruise. I talked about my wife on that cruise. Well, while I was on that cruise, I had internet access, and I purchased multiple items from Chris over that week that I was gone on the cruise ship in, I don't know where I was, Mexico, probably down in Mexico. But this is a beautiful figure, and this is very typical, the orange on the back of the cape. It's almost impossible to find these Glasslite Princess Leia capes that don't have this orange. I believe it's because they were sitting on a card that had a background like this, and it just rubbed off immediately on all these figures. So it's almost impossible. This is probably a 60 grade because of that cape if I was to send it off. But I think I will eventually send this off just to be archived, that we have, an actual Glasslite cape with a Glasslite figure, and just have it archived so it's in that acrylic. I think it would look really nice. But the blaster is I think it's supposed to be a silver Jawa blaster. There's a black one and a silver one that are specific to these Glasslite figures, but I believe Leia has the gray one, which I've never even seen. So those are super hard to come by. You probably have to find one that's already graded. The problem is a lot of these that you find graded are with the black one. And apparently that's not actually what came with it. It is a gray blaster version, and I've just never seen one. Okay, the last loose figure I think we're going to go over here is a Hoth Leia. Who cares? This sits up in that collector's cases there as well, but this is the Palitoy. And I bought a collection in the UK with all these card backs with the matching figures from somebody's childhood collection, and I got all these card backs with Palitoy on them, which I think is awesome. And there's the back of those Palitoy cards. But I would love to have, let's see if I can bring this in. There's that Droid Factory, the Palitoy one. I would love to have one of these. They are so cool. There's a lot of the European released play sets. They're so much different than the ones that we got here in the United States, and I would love to have those in my collection. The Death Star play set, one of those. The Droid Factory. I think the Cantina play set is also different, and there's a couple more that have a lot of completely different, and so that would be awesome to get. But again, this sits up in my collection above, and then I've got a stack of these Palitoy card backs that are actually in beautiful condition that I just keep in a little storage area.
Fuck up, half-witted, scruffy-looking nerf herder.
Who's scruffy looking?
All right, let's get into some graded ones here. We've got Princess Leia Organa here. And this is one that I had sent off to CAS. We got an 85. Oh my gosh, it's beautiful. 1977 Kenner Star Wars Princess Leia Organa, the no COO. This is a much harder variant to get as far as the COO is concerned, and an 85 is awesome. And just look at this figure. It is a beautiful figure. I don't see much of any kind of degradation or miscoloring, maybe slightly compared to the legs, compared to the torso, but I mean, that's hard to see at all. Beautiful figure. All right, here is a loose graded Bespin Leia. And what do we have on this one? We've got an 80 by CAS, 1980 Kenner Star Wars Leia Organa, the Bespin gown, the turtleneck version, the no COO. So another no COO. This is awesome. So the turtleneck refers to this part right here on her neck. It's painted as though she's wearing a turtleneck. And, God, sorry for the sound, guys. Some of the variants would have nothing there, so it's just a bare neck. And I think there's one more version too, between the turtleneck and the no turtleneck. I'm not sure. Here's the back. Beautiful. Very nice figure.
What did I say?
Hold on, kids,
The mighty Jabba asks why he must pay 50,000. Because he's holding a thermal detonator.
All right, now some Leia Bushes. I've got two of them. This is by UKG. It's an 85%. The figure got an 85. The paint got an 85. We got Princess Leia Bush, the red eye version. And this is also a no COO. So a lot of no COOs of Leia's. I didn't realize I had that many no COOs of Leia's. We had, well, the Glasslite one was, and then we had the Leia Organa was no COO, and the Bespin Leia, now the Leia Bush. And we can see these eyes. Let me, here, let's compare them. So as we can see these eyes, you can see obviously the one on the left is the red eye version. These are brown, which is be a kind of a standard, maybe black and brown are probably standard colors we used. And then you got these, the red eye with the red eyebrows. So yeah, beautiful version of this figure. Let's look at the back here. And yeah, no COO, there's nothing here on this leg. We've got the date stamp right there. And this is in beautiful condition. Awesome item. Next Leia Bush here is your Lili Ledy. We got a 75 by AFA, 1983 Lili Ledy Star Wars loose action figure. It's a Hong Kong COO is how the Lili Ledy one comes. Leia Bush disguise. Love the setup though by AFA on this one. It looks beautiful. It's nice, tight, compact. You see everything. Oh, wait, no, you don't see everything. You can't see the COOs because they put those things on the back of the leg. So listen, the front looks great. And then you go to the back and you're bummed out because you can't see those actual COO differences. But I think they've changed that in their most recent updates to their AFA cases. So this might be slightly older, but not too old because it's still a new case style with the way they display everything. But I've got right now a Taiwan COO Leia Bush sent off to grading, and it's the painted torso. So this little torso piece right here is painted. It's a very hard variant to get. I think it might squeak out an 80. We will see, but that just got sent off to grading, so that'll be added to my collection here at some point. It'll be probably part of a mail haul video or a CAS unboxing video. And here we've got the Leia poncho with the coin graded. I'd sent off a bunch of figures a while back, did a big CAS unboxing on that one, of all my last 17 Power of the Force figures with their coins. I had a collection I purchased where every figure came with its coin. I sent them all off to be graded, so I had multiples of these. This is one of the, I think the only ones that wasn't the last 17 that I sent off. And what do we have here? 1985 Kenner Star Wars Princess Leia Organa in combat poncho, no COO, one line LFL with the collector's coin. The figure got a 90 and the coin got an 85 for an 85 plus. Are you kidding me? That is incredible. And look at the display is amazing. I love these. I've actually picked up a couple more CAS ones that are just like this for other figures. And so can't wait to show you guys those ones. But this is a beautiful item. And my other Leia poncho here that's graded. Oh, look at this figure. It is incredible. We've got an 85 plus. This is I'm telling you, this is unreal. It's a 1984 Lili Ledy Star Wars Princess Leia in combat poncho, the no COO, 85 plus. We've got the gray Lili Ledy blaster there for her. She is as mint as it gets. I don't know if I've ever seen a nicer version of this one. I purchased this figure on eBay from a seller that I've mentioned I've had multiple problems with, but this is a long time ago when there were no issues happening, and this figure is mint. It is beautiful. I love having this in my collection, and man, we got one more. Actually, we have one more combat poncho Leia that's going to be a mint on card here coming up, but this is probably one of the highlights of my collection, to be honest. This thing is stunning. Okay, now some mint on cards. We've got this Power of the Force. We saw it in my Shadows of the Empire video. The thumbnail's popping up right here. I have every single figure graded, and we went over all those items. So we've already gone over this one, and we already went over the loose one that just happened. But here is the mint on card one. We got a CAS 1996 Kenner Star Wars Shadow of the Empire Leia and Boushh disguise. The card got an 85, blister got an 80, figure got a 95 for an overall 80. It does have a little yellowed blister, slight yellowing to it, but this is a beautiful item. I love this entire run of figures. Probably the only modern figures that I really do appreciate. I read the book for this this Star Wars line when I was younger, and it definitely was something that gave me a lot of nostalgia. So I love this line. I love the book. I love the story. Too bad they didn't make this movie when they could have, when everybody was still young, as far as the actors and actresses, but incredible. Love it.
Freeze! Come on, get up. Go get your ride and take her back to base. Yes, sir. What the?
Okay, here's another combat poncho Leia. It's on a Return of the Jedi card back because that's, well, I guess it would have come on maybe the Power of the Force card back as well with the coin. So that's always an option. And then, but this is obviously when this figure was released with the Return of the Jedi. And we've got an AFA 1984 Kenner Star Wars Return of the Jedi 77 back A Leia combat poncho. We got a yellowed 80 with the card got an 80, the blister got a 90, and the figure got a 90. Overall, this is beautiful. And I got this for a steal of a deal from Jeff's Collectible Empire on eBay. I think it was below $200, which is unbelievable for this item and what a high grade it is. Absolutely a stunning piece. And it really was part of the start of the run that I've had for getting the mint on card line for at least the, first 77. Was it 77? Yeah, probably 77 is what I'm going to probably focus on getting these figures complete. I don't plan on getting, unless I find some incredible deal on a mint on card for a last 17 figure, it's probably just going to be the main run of figures through the Return of the Jedi line. And we got a pretty good run going right now, but I think this is one of the ones I first got, and I was like, wow, there are still steals out there to get these items mint on card that are almost as the same cost as a loose graded item. And so that's why I picked this up, and it kind of got that itch going. So that run is still happening.
I hope Luke made it to the fleet all right.
I'm sure he's fine. He's probably sitting around wondering what we're up to right now.
You know, your friend Lando's very charming, but I don't trust him.
Trust him. He's an old friend of mine.
Okay, and last but not least, if you know, you know. I'm going to pull this up just slightly. There we go. This is your Lili Ledy Bespin Leia, loose graded with the card back displayed behind it by CAS. They do an incredible job with these. This card back alone can go for almost $1,000, especially in a condition like this. It's a beautiful condition. And the figure goes for a ton of money to get the correct accessories for this item. But let's go over the grade real quick. Then we'll look at this item. We've got 1983, Lily, Ledy, Star Wars, Leia Organa, Bespin Gown, Turtleneck. The COO is a foreign line LFL China. Got an 82.2 overall on this figure. And let's see here. There is that card, that Lily Lady card back. They put the accessory right here. It's a specific blue blaster to Lily Ledy that goes with this figure. Super hard to find. The gown, the cape here is super hard to find. It's a Lily Ledy. And then here on the back, you know, this is the only thing. They don't grade the card back, but some kid, you know, in Mexico, look at that. He's checking off all the items that he has. This adds all kinds of character to it. It reminds me of what I would have done as a child. I would have done the exact same thing. He did, look at this. He didn't have the Jabba the Hutt playset. Now I've got a Lily Ledy Jabba the Hutt playset all complete up in my Jabba collection. It's all up here. And then what did he draw here? Is this supposed to be a TIE fighter or an X-Wing? It kind of looks like a mix of both, right? It's a new vehicle this guy created. And there's a pinhole here. And that was very typical on these Lily Ledy figures. They put a pinhole to allow air into the blister, which would have been on this side, but it's blocked up by the figure here. Let's get a close-up of this Lily Ledy Bespin Leia. She is stunning. She's beautiful. This is an incredible item. Again, another highlight of my collection. Just the value of this one, you know, it's one of my nicest items that's in my collection. It's absolutely beautiful. And it could be featured again here if I do that Lily Ledy collection this Sunday. I'm not sure again what I'm going to do. But I've got tons of items just like this with a card back displayed in front of a Lily Ledy figure. And then a bunch of just loose graded items. I've got vehicles. I've got all kinds of stuff that's Lily Ledy. It might be a longer video, but I think it's probably good to do. I've got so many Lily Ledy figures. That was one of my first real runs of variants that I went nuts on. And so it probably does deserve a video here coming up. Again, there it is. All right, and that's it, guys. That's all the items now for the outro of this video.
You must have hit pretty close to the mark. You get her all riled up like that, huh, kid?
Well, I guess you don't know everything about women yet.
Okay, we did it. We got through all those items. We had Leia Bouche, we had Bespin Leia, we had Poncho Leia, we had the original Leia Organa, and we had tons of them. We had a whole army, a lot of them, surrounding all of these figures. We had mint on cards, we had Lily Ledy's, we had Glasslite figures, we had Muppet figures, Disney figures, Power of the Force figures. We had Palitoy. Everything you could possibly imagine was in this collection. I hope you enjoyed seeing all these different items that I have. I wish, honestly, that I had more Princess Leia, at least more mint on card. But the problem is the Princess Leia Organa figure is just too expensive. Sometimes they go over $1,000 for mediocre mint on cards. And so I don't know if those are ever going to get into my collection. I have to sell off a lot of things that I don't know if I want to sell off in order to pick up one of those items. I think really, you know, I got a lot of everything. It's a pretty nice little Leia collection. Videos coming up this Sunday. I have no idea. I honestly have no idea. I will figure something out in the week. I have a couple ideas of what I wanted to do. I wanted to do kind of like a pet peeves, being a seller of Star Wars items on eBay. Some situations that I've ran into to discuss them and go over them and show some of these messages I get and some of the crazy stuff that happens. Because I did do that one video, I think it's popping up right here. It was a confusing video, but it was a collection of crazy eBay listings. Not my listings, ones that I found while I was searching for Star Wars items where there's feet in pictures with fungus and dirty hands and items that were pictured next to a toilet. It was all in this video. It was crazy, crazy stuff. And listen, if you haven't already checked this out, check it out. It's an awesome video. It's probably one of my best ones, to be honest. And so I'd appreciate if I could get some watches and some likes and some comments on that video. It would be awesome. But I'm thinking I'm just going to do a pet peeve of what it's like to be a seller. Kind of the opposite realm of dealing with, buyers and some crazy stuff that are asked, and I don't know, it's nuts. So I'm thinking that might be this Sunday. I don't know. But the week after that will be the end of November. Can you believe that? And I'm going to be doing my mail haul video. My mail haul videos are end of the month videos where I show all the items I've added to my collection. They sit over here in a big pile and they keep piling up, and then we just slam right through them and show all the different items I got. And right now, we got some awesome items that we're gonna be going over at the end of the month. Then the week after that, I think it's my 1 year anniversary of being on YouTube as far as posting Star Wars content. And so we will be doing an entire collection review. You're gonna see my entire collection. We're gonna go through it all. I'm gonna have links in the description of every little item. Acrylic shelving, my arcade, my pinball machine, the sound system I have down here. Every little thing that you could possibly imagine that's in my collection, I will have links to the descriptions as we go over them all. That way, if you see something you like, you'll know where to find it and purchase it for your own collection. So that's coming up as well. And then we'll be doing probably a recap as we get closer to the end of the year, a recap of all the highlights of the entire year. And I might go over kind of a compare and contrast of the things that I have realized being a year into YouTube, things that I wish I knew ahead of time, things that were crazy, things that were positive, to help anybody else that's trying to create a channel. So we might do something like that now that I'm a year into it. And there's some things that I wish I knew when I first got into it that would have helped me a lot. And I think we also might do, and I'm talking a lot here, but I'm thinking, somebody asked me if I could do something about taxes. When you're selling things on eBay or you get paid by goods and services, and then you get that 1099 at the end of the year, how in the world do you write some of that stuff off so you don't have to pay a lot in taxes? Now, I'm not a tax advisor. I'm not sure what the rules are for that, but I will go over some of the stuff that I do and I keep track of to make sure that I am able to write off as much as I can that is federally allowed, to give you guys an idea of how we make that 1099 go away. So that might be a video as well. So a lot of stuff coming up, you guys, and I really appreciate, again, all the support. The amount of subscribers keeps going up every single day. We're inching our way towards 1,000 subscribers so that we can be fully monetized here and be a real YouTube channel. Being a YouTube partner is great, again, because we get those super chats that people can throw out there, the super stickers, there's all kinds of stuff you can do, and we have that membership coming up. I promise you, it's gonna be the best membership, the best Star Wars membership you've ever seen. I promise it's gonna be awesome and it's coming. But I think we've done it all. We've said it all. We've seen it all. It's been an incredible video with my Princess Leia, and a lot of stuff is still left to come. It never ends here with the Star Wars Daddy. And until the next time, Leia, oh my gosh, who is your daddy?
Occasionally, maybe, when you aren't acting like a scoundrel.
Scoundrel? Scoundrel? I like the sound of that.
Stop that.
Stop what?
Stop that. My hands are dirty.
My hands are dirty, too. What are you afraid of?
Afraid?
You're trembling.
I'm not trembling.
You like me because I'm a scoundrel. There aren't enough scoundrels in your life.
I happen to like nice men.
Nice man.
Very nice.
Sir, I've isolated the reverse power flux coupling.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Oh, you're perfectly welcome, sir.